Oh, my word. We have some interesting characters here, don't we? What is going on here? Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. How's it going?
Going good.
Is it going good? And are you you're actually inflated, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You are, yes, you are. You're inflated. How does it feel?
Okay.
Good. Okay. Are you going to watch the entire show, sort of like this?
Most likely, yes.
Wow. I hope you don't feel deflated at the end. Thank you very much. That's very good. Oh, thank you. And look, we have here a young lady with some a wicket purse.
Hello.
Hello, and you've got... Did you make this, or is this...
No,
something
I
you
bought
bought?
it.
Did you? It's
Yes.
wonderful, isn't it, the selection of merchandise available these days. Excellent. I've got one of those purses. And we've got somebody down the end here who looks like they might be a fan of a certain droid.
Hi.
Hello, what's your name?
Natalie.
And who's your favourite character?
C-3PO.
Wow, and did you make this dress?
I did.
It's fantastic.
Thank
Inspired by the Golden One himself.
Of course.
Fabulous. I believe Anthony's got the same dress, actually.
Very nice.
And what is that back there? I mean, it's like some sort of werewolf, Chewbacca, strange creation, but brilliant. You've got your own interpretation. What's that? It's a stick. What are you going to do with that? It's a cane.
He's actually talking under there.
Oh, he is talking under there. You're just his translator. Okay, very good. And we got an R2-D2 there, and of course, let's not mention. You're inflated as well. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Oh, you're all right. Good. If I walk round behind you right now, can you do that thing that Jabba the Hutt did in the special edition? Do you remember what it is? You know, the kind of CG version of Jabba the Hutt?
Yes.
Okay, I'm Han Solo.
Okay.
And then you got to do what he did. Do you remember? Here we go.
Yeah.
This isn't great for the audience because I'm just a voice right now behind it. It's BB-8 here. Okay, so here we go. Ready?
Ready.
Oh, Jabba, you bad thing. I'm not going to do what you want. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Oh, brilliant. Our best seats in the house there, everyone. Fantastic. Let me see where we are now. So, who here has been to an Anthony Daniels show at Celebration before? Yeah? I have as well, yeah. Who here has never been to an Anthony Daniels show? You lucky, lucky people. All I can say to you guys is have your lawyer on speed dial because this is going to be quite a ride. It'll be a unique experience, okay? Before I bring him onto stage, let's take a look at the Golden One.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That does absolutely not come. It's just nonsense.
Whoa. Hold it. Cut the music, cut the music.
For a long
Hang on,
time.
sorry.
I just need a bigger...
Anthony, what's wrong?
Well, just come here.
What's up?
Well, listen.
What's the matter?
Well, that was a really rubbish introduction.
What do you mean
All
it's
that
rubbish
stuff-
introduction?
I've been standing here for 20 minutes. It's all been about
Yeah, all
you.
right, hang on
All
a minute.
those films about you.
Well, I had to warm them up
It's-
a bit.
no,
Just
no.
wait a second. Wait a second.
Well, do it properly.
That was a proper introduction. All my other guests, right? I introduce them and they come out here all smiles and we get on with the show, but not you, no.
Get on with your 20 minutes.
What do you
20
want?
minutes of watching your
What, you want a
story.
better introduction?
I want a better introduction.
All right.
when you-
Competition. All right, Mr. Golden Undies. I'll get you a better introduction. Unbelievable. Hang on a minute. So, fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I came prepared for his prima donna shenanigans, and I've written another introduction here for his lordship. So, hit it. I'll wait for the music. Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars fans and droids of all ages, it's my very, very special pleasure to introduce the one-of-a-kind actor behind the galaxy's most famous protocol droid. Please help me welcome to my stage, Anthony Daniels!
It's not stupid. Yeah, very nice.
What's he doing? What are you doing? Anthony, what's the matter with that? No. Sorry, it was not sarcastic. I was... Well, what am I supposed to do? Thought Harrison Ford had arrived. There's a note in here from Anthony. Oh, I see. What, you want me to read this? He's written his own introduction now. Unbelievable. Okay, yeah. Do I have to do this, really? All right, okay. Hit it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations! You have demonstrated brilliant taste and superior intellect in attending what is sure to become the highlight of Celebration Orlando. Oh, brother. Prepare yourselves to witness more than just an average convention panel, more than just your ordinary run-of-the-mill, fly-by-night, willy-nilly half-baked chat show. Somebody shoot me. Celebration Orlando, prepare to be more than just entertained. Prepare yourself to be showered with profound and lasting memories. Oh, please. And now, stand up. Yes, you heard him, get up. And welcome the man who has experienced 40 years with Threepio. Clap and cheer wildly. But please don't throw underwear. For the one and only Anthony Daniels! He's over there. Stop milking it!
Hi.
Honestly.
Oh, this is so exciting. Oh, very good. Thank you so much. That's very nice. Very much. Okay. Wait a minute, that's Ewok song. You were, yeah, that was an Ewok song. The Ewoks thought I was some sort of god. Of course, it's totally against my programming, but weren't you an Ewok?
Yeah, well, you know I was an Ewok. What are you on about?
You were an Ewok, weren't you? Yeah. Do you remember what the Ewoks did when I arrived? There was a gentleman here doing it. Where were you? Lights up, please. What did the Ewoks do? Yes, sir. Stand up. Stand up. What? Oh, my. Oh, everybody on
Stop
your
it.
feet.
Stop it.
Everybody.
Stop this now.
Oh, my.
No.
Oh,
Stop it. What are you doing?
What?
No, I'm not having this. First of all, you demand a brilliant introduction. Then you get them doing all this whoa, like you're a god thing.
You should be doing it.
No.
Wait a minute. Wait. You need inspiration here. Oh, yes.
Will you not
you've
stop
got to remember
encouraging
how
him?
to do this. Here we go. Think back all those years. Oh, yes.
No.
Thank you, Warwick.
No, I'm not
Thank
doing
you,
it.
Warwick. Thank you, Warwick.
I will not humiliate myself.
Yes, you will.
I will not.
You want to see him dress as an Ewok. Yes. Hello. Okay. Thank you, Warwick.
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
My word. Hang on a minute. Let's deal
Okay.
with this.
And then.
Let go of this.
And now everybody. Oh, my. Oh, you pretty do it. Oh, my. Yeah, that's good. Oh,
Actually,
what?
this is quite fun. This is quite fun.
You enjoy it, all right.
Sorry. Actually.
Yeah. Get off my leg. God.
Actually,
Help.
Yes,
Okay.
that's quite enough.
That's
quite
enough of that. Right, thank you very much. God.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. My word. Look at me, I've got Ewok hood hair now. Dear, oh, dear.
You're looking good. All that stuff at the beginning, it was all about you.
It was all about me.
It was all about you.
It kind of is, really, isn't it? But this is your show, Anthony.
Look.
And welcome to it.
Yes, thank you very much. This is for you. This is a bit of the true Threepio costume. Oh, yes. You can buy this on eBay tomorrow. That bit's for you. Okay. And it will have been witnessed and signed and verified as the real thing.
Yeah. You're going to be signing these for the rest of the celebration.
I will be signing them, yes, absolutely.
That's lovely. What a lovely souvenir. Welcome to the show, Anthony.
Thank you very much.
It's lovely to have you back again. Isn't it great to see you, Anthony?
Thank you. And sincerely, thank you for the welcome. It was rather bigger than the welcome you gave Warwick, I noticed. Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I didn't have to force the welcome out of them like you did.
Oh,
okay, so the last time you and I met was in London at Celebration in Europe there.
Yeah. What, last year?
Yeah. It was an interesting experience. You kind of hijacked my show on that occasion.
Well, I mean, you've got to try and make these things entertaining. Give somebody... I mean, you've got to wear things that are nice to look at. You know.
You look spectacular. And look, we've got a young lady over here in our best seats who's wearing a Threepio dress.
Actually, I saw you earlier. Would you stand up? Would you come here?
Oh,
look at this. Look at all this. Isn't that that is so good. Do a twirl. Very, very nice. I feel very at home. Threepio would be thrilled to meet you. And everybody else, look at you. And
yeah, I wouldn't go near the others.
Checking. Are you okay?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay. If you feel faint or anything, just fall on the floor. Okay. That'd be good. Okay.
And it's not like they're short of air in there. There's loads of air.
Is there?
Yeah, they're all right for air.
Yeah. It's a great costume. You're more comfortable than mine, I think. There's no air in mine.
It was uncomfortable, was it?
It was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I did it for my art, for the fans.
Oh.
I was in agony. Oh, yes.
The sacrifices you've made.
Oh.
So, Anthony, since we last saw each other, you've been pretty busy with Threepio, haven't you?
Threepio really is a major, major part of my life. And there's all sorts of ongoing things with the cartoon series, the animations, as we call them. And, of course, the beloved Star Tours. Anybody been on Star Tours this weekend? Yes. Actually, I'm doing another panel today about Star Tours. So it's better than this one because Warwick's not in it. Okay.
Oh, they're turning. They're turning.
Yeah. It was a joke. A little joke.
Oh.
Oh, fickle. But have you paid them?
These are my people here.
You bribed them to laugh at all your jokes, haven't you? Even though they've heard them many times. Yes.
Oh, they love me.
But the big news for me was very, very recently, actually, in Tokyo. They asked me to go over to meet, to greet, to launch, if you will, the new All Nippon Airlines ANA C-3PO aeroplane.
Wow, look at that.
Look at that. Look at it. I tell you, when I heard about all the planning and so on, and when I finally got there and we were inside a hangar because it was going to be actually rolled out, it actually brought a tear to my eyes to see an image of Threepio, you know, somebody I love very much. It's so huge and so real and so of this world. It was a very moving experience. And then they explained to me that, I don't know if I could tell this story, Because we have an R2-D2 plane and a BB-8 plane, and this one's been, obviously, 3PO should have been first, but they had difficulty because the other characters are kind of round or like that. 3PO is a human shape, so if you turn it into an aeroplane, it's kind of a bit weird. So Disney and Lucasfilm and Anna came up with elements of 3PO, and you can see his tummy thing there, the power flux coupler and all that. Underneath, you'll see the power pack and the earrings and so on, all around. And in fact, they asked me to tell some stories. And in seeing the aeroplane, I realized the power pack's underneath. And it was never comfortable in the 3PO costume, ever. And one day it was more uncomfortable than usual, and I was going, ow, ow, ow. It turned out that the battery pack, which is here and under the plane, that powered the eyes for 3PO, it was shorting out. And I was getting cooked. It wasn't a good experience. And there it's immortalized on the plane, and there I am in my other jacket.
It's fantastic. I've got a question about this plane, though.
Yes.
It's slightly worrying. Does it have an on-off switch like 3PO does? Well, I hope nobody flicks that accidentally.
They've got a little room at the back for you, specially. Actually, it's in the hold. But I'm hugely impressed, and it was a delight, and I was there to welcome the first people to get the inaugural flight the next day, and it was just wonderful. And they did, when you fly it, you will see my real signature, it's been verified, on the door as you go in.
Oh, that'll be reassuring as you board.
Have you... I mean, there's...
I was going to say, you've got a plane.
Yeah.
You're not the only one with a plane, though. You're not the only... You obviously got the R2 and the BB-8 plane.
Yes.
No, there's another plane about to launch. Here it is. It's a hairy plane. What do you think of that?
It's all about you, isn't it? We keep coming back to you. This is meant to be the Anthony Daniels. Look at that. That's very... Did you do that yourself?
I did indeed.
You got a new colour.
I like to dabble with a bit of Photoshop.
You do. I've heard you
now,
dabbling.
Anthony, we were thrilled, all of us were thrilled to see you in Rogue One, and we're excited to, We're excited to see how you feature in The Last Jedi as well. Now, I know you're sworn to secrecy.
I am sworn
so I'm
to
not
secrecy.
going to try and delve or get any of the secrets from you, but just
do you want to
tell
know
us...
the secrets of The Last Jedi?
Oh, of course they do. Tell
You're
us what
terrible.
it was like
Don't
to
you
work.
want it to be a surprise? Yell who wants it to be a surprise. Yell who wants to hear now. Oh, that's terrible. That's dreadful. You have to wait.
So you've encouraged them now. You've whipped them into a frenzy, and now you're not going to tell us anything, are you?
Absolutely. I'm playing hard to get.
Okay. What was the lovely Ryan Johnson? What was he like to work?
Ryan Johnson is absolutely delightful. He's one of those directors who just listens very carefully to what you have to say. So I would go to him with my ideas, and he'd listen very carefully and say, nope. One of the great things about being on this whole setup of the new Star Wars films is that every single person on the set, whatever their role, whatever their job, has grown up over the last 40-something years as a Star Wars fan. So the atmosphere is just glorious. It's like coming home every morning and spending the whole day with friends who all have a common language of affection and love and enjoyment, and they are now continuing the story, and it's a real treat.
Absolutely. Well, now let's talk about something you can discuss, Rogue One.
Oh, yes.
Which we all enjoyed immensely. Tell us about how you got the news that you were going to be in Rogue One.
Well, I got a phone call from the studio saying, there's this film called Rogue One, which I'd heard the title, and they said the director's called Gareth Edwards, and he's a huge fan, huge fan. He'd quite like to meet you. Can he come round? And I said, sure. Have him come round to tea, because I assumed that he wanted an autograph. So he arrived, and he sat down and he told us the story of Rogue One, which took a little while, and it's quite complicated. And as he continued, he got more and more and more excited, and then this happens, and this, and I really want Threepio to make a pass through a scene, because I think it's incredibly important that he's there. And I was just grinning, and I said, yes, because then, otherwise it doesn't make sense anymore. And then I kept saying, I said yes, now shut up, have some tea. He couldn't believe that I was just thrilled to be asked to do a walkthrough. And the difficulty for me was after that, because we spent a day filming that scene. And ever after that, people kept asking, are you in Rogue One? And I hate to lie, so I would go, I don't know what it's about, which actually was sort of true. But everybody, so finally we get to the premiere in LA, and nobody knew. And finally, towards the end of the film, there's R2 and Threepio, and the audience went absolutely crazy.
What did you think about that?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it, because it showed, it's not really to do with me, it's the affection that people carry with them for these characters, for all of the characters in the movies. And just to have Threepio and R2 pop up at the end was a very neat little trick from the director. So I'm very proud. And I loved the film. Did you love the film?
Yeah. Well, it was the most perfect sort of cameo, because you were wondering where were R2 and 3PO and how could they possibly fit into this story, and there they were, exactly where we expected them.
Yeah. I just remembered, actually, because I'm going to take a drink. When I was back to the aeroplane, if you don't mind for a second.
Back to the aeroplane. Okay.
I was doing a photo shoot there on that day, and all the people from the airline were there, and a lot of press and whatever, and the new flight people, and they gave me a model aeroplane, with the wings and everything, and I was there sort of demonstrating how this thing flies, and as somebody from the company came in and just moved my hand like that. So apparently this wasn't a good way to have an aeroplane. Sorry, where were you? You were talking, Warwick. Nobody
I was
listening,
talking,
but
yes,
you were talking,
you weren't listening. Now, with every new film that you're involved with, we hear stories of the actors being absolutely struck with seeing Threepio for the first time. Did the same thing happen on Rogue One?
It did, actually, because some of you may know that I really do try to make an entrance on the first day fully dressed up, so I will get in a dressing area and walk out. And actually, Threepio really does stop the show. Everybody stops working and just stares, because suddenly their childhood memories are all brought back again. Yeah. And then when I go, hello, I am C-3PO, human, they'll start crying. It's really sweet.
Wow. Now, I have to ask, what did you think of the new droid on the block, K2SO?
What can I say? I mean, there's droids and there's droids, and there's real droids, and there's...
And then there's Anthony Daniels as 323.
Yeah. I mean, it's the modern way, apparently, but it's not the way I was brought up. And as I've said elsewhere, some people are happy to go digital, really. I'm joking. Again. Actually, I loved him. I absolutely... Don't tell Alan. I absolutely loved him. I wanted him to speak more. I loved his attitude. And the design, the art department who did the eye things, I thought was tremendously clever. And isn't it great that people really relate to droids? Not just C-3PO, but even the other ones. Mm. There's something that we like about seeing humanity in an object. And yes, I'm very glad. I hope it's not the end for KT-2222, whatever the name is. I hope he'll come back in another form.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? As humans, we often sort of humanize objects, don't we? And we've done that with all of the droids in Star Wars, haven't we?
I think it's called anthropomorphism.
Is it? That's a big word for a man like
I can't spell it. I can say it.
Yeah. Now, we can't really talk here on stage together without acknowledging the 40th anniversary of Star Wars this year, which throughout Celebration we've been talking about. And on Thursday we had that wonderful panel where we kind of reunited many of the original trilogy cast. And what was that like, Anthony?
It's kind of, one of the things you notice is that we're all getting older. Whatever the costume and makeup let us do, you can't get away with it in the end. And it was, one of the magical things was to have George there, really surrounded by so many of the people to whom he has given an extraordinary life, and I'm one of them. People say, well, what would you have done if it wasn't for Star Wars? And I have no idea. I have no idea where I'd be right now. So, thank you for that vote of confidence. Thank you so much. That was really kind. So, to see George there with almost like the father of everybody, because he invented all of this, was an extremely rare and magical moment.
Absolutely. And to top it all, Harrison arrived, to everyone's surprise, which was amazing.
You were so rude to him. Do you know what he said? What did you say?
Well, I said it was amazing we were able to keep it a secret, considering he landed the plane on I-4.
And nobody laughed harder than Harrison.
He did laugh. Yeah, he did laugh.
We've all got to... Can we club together to buy Harrison some bubble wrap or something, just to make sure he's okay, because we love him?
Absolutely, absolutely. No, we do indeed. Yeah, he was a little bit disappointed. He gave me that finger point that he does in movies.
Oh,
yeah. Like that, you know. So yeah, it was a great reunion. Of course, I forget to mention that we had there was Ian and Hayden were there as well.
Oh yes.
So it was a great collection of saga actors.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit from here, a bit from there, everywhere. Yeah.
It was fabulous. Now, the most important question, if we're talking about 40 years and the kind of classic trilogy, I want to ask you, what was it like for you, sir, to work with an 11-year-old me? All those years ago?
It's back to you again, isn't it?
Well, I know.
Actually, it was incredibly irritating because... Because you were small, you were cute, and you were funny, and you got all the attention.
Yeah, nothing's changed.
Don't encourage him. This show's going to go on for hours if you go on. I don't encourage him.
You know what? Maybe we haven't got it queued up, but I did prepare a little clip of a scene that we had together. I don't know whether you remember this. I'd sort of forgotten. We did have a moment in the film
I've
together.
certainly forgotten.
Our little scene.
Have we got it?
Do we have the scene?
Do we have the scene? Mark, speak up.
Okay. Yeah, we're just going to cue it up.
Okay, but I do remember what I do remember. I'm going to ask you to demonstrate in a minute. Oh yes. There was a slight issue with the Ewok costumes, because originally many of the lead Ewoks were going to have animated faces with eyes that blinked and lips that moved and all that kind of thing. In the passage of time and the running out of time, suddenly each Ewok got, boom, a face on. Do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, nothing moved. Nothing moved, did it? And they kept sort of not shouting at Warwick, but they said, Warwick, because there was a little slit where you could breathe, am I right?
Well, yeah, like, between the teeth. Yes.
Between the teeth, yeah. And they kept saying to Warwick, and I don't know if we can go into close-up as Warwick demonstrates, show me the Ewok tongue.
That's wicked actual tongue.
That was wicked acting, because they said, no, give us more tongue there. Because it was the only thing that was animated on the face was your tongue.
Absolutely.
And you're the only one who had it. The rest are all like Storm with these dead village of the damned eyes. Ewok. Oh, sorry, have we got one? Yeah, obviously not you. My apologies. Your eyes are lovely. And you are totally animated. There we are.
Well, actually, you mentioned that movement. Oh, we've got the scene, our scene together to show you now. Here it is.
Look at the eyes. Scary.
It's only a few guards. This shouldn't be too much trouble.
No.
There it is. Our scene together.
Fame and loss. Well, I got a question for you.
You got a question for me?
Yeah, well, it says so.
Ooh, okay.
Well,
What?
well, if I'm asking questions, you have to sit.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, and you see how difficult it is.
Okay. You're going to find it difficult sitting in my chair, I think. Or at least getting up again.
Oh, God.
Wow, this is
Children and
comfortable.
amateurs, right.
Okay, what have you got to ask me, Mr. Daniels?
Well,
Hang on, whoa. Just welcome me to the show first and set it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can bear it, I present to you Warwick Davis.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And have you got a title for this show as well, or not?
What?
You got a title for the show now?
Yeah.
Golden Conversation with Star Wars legend Anthony Daniels. Well, that's not right. That's not right. It's about me, this part.
Everything's about you. All right, give me another slide. Yeah, much better. Much better.
Okay.
You're having too much fun, and we can fix that. What was your first memory? And think back, you can answer this for real, because you were a very impressionable 11-year-old child.
Well,
I haven't finished yet. Of meeting C-3PO.
my first impression of meeting you as C-3PO. Well, when I first came face to face, face to
Knee.
Golden Codpiece, with C-3PO, I was starstruck, honestly, Anthony. I was absolutely starstruck. You were one of my heroes, honestly, and I was
I'm
starstruck.
sorry. What?
You were...
I didn't hear. Did anybody hear that? Sorry.
So it sticks in the throat a bit. You were one of my heroes.
Oh,
honestly.
I was one of his heroes.
But they do say you should never meet your heroes, don't they? But no, let me say this though. This is something I've never told before, but I remember I had a poster of C-3PO in my bedroom, right? And I used to look at it and be intrigued because, you know, around your middle you had the black bit with all the wires, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, there's a load of wires there. That can't possibly be a person in there because there's just wires. There's like a hole in the middle of him. And I thought, this is a serious thought I had here, that it was a little person in there and that's where his head was. I don't know.
I can never look at 3PO again in the same way.
And then...
in case there's a little person in there trying to get out. What do you think?
But no, I haven't finished yet. There was another little person sat on their shoulders doing the top bit. I couldn't get round this gap in the middle. So there you go.
No, I've got to admit that was a cute story, Warwick.
Thank you very much.
Very, very sweet. But do you have? I mean, that's before you met 3PO. Do you have a favourite memory on set of being with 3PO?
Well,
that was a cute moment there, but
we did have some interaction together, and for me it was always a delight. I was like, wow, I'm doing, you know, a scene with some of the main characters now. You know, for me...
with the main character.
Yeah, a lot of my work was about, you know, running around with the Ewoks and throwing rocks and things at stormtroopers. But then it was like, when I was able to interact with you know, the lead cast, and you know, I had the scene with Carrie, where Wicket discovers Princess Leia, and we had our little moment there, and I had the moment where I hugged Harrison's leg. You know, so it was really nice to be able to kind of have interaction with everybody. And as an 11-year-old boy, it was literally a dream come true.
Yeah. Is it over, your answer? Is that it?
Any more questions, Your Honour?
Well, how do you... You've been in a lot of the Star Wars movies, haven't you?
Hang on, I didn't know you were going to ask me 3 questions.
Oh! Oh, sorry. No, that's it.
Oh. That's it. You're supposed to close the show now, the miniature part of the show. How I would, you know, just say, thanks very much to our brilliant guest, Warwick Davis, and they'll clap wildly. And
really?
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Warwick Davis.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. All right, go on. Back over there. I feel a bit out of control when you're sat in this seat. Okay. Where are we?
There's more?
There's more. Oh, there's much more yet. So.
Oh.
There's much more. Yeah. So let's think about this. In all of the Star Wars films, if you look back over them all now, is there a scene in there that we didn't see that you wish had been in there?
It's interesting because when you shoot a film, there's so much that can be cut away. Because until the final edits and mix and so on, you don't quite know the balance of everything. So often there is quite a lot of stuff that I suppose mostly now can be in extended versions of DVDs and so on. But back in the day, not so much. And there was one scene in episode 2, which was called... Thank you so much, Attack of the Clones, where... Threepio is on Tatooine, and in comes Anakin and Padme, and they are at the homestead. And Threepio was, of course, the naked Threepio, the puppet Threepio. And there was a scene in the garage at night, and he's sitting there, all wires, no little people at all, just wires. Yeah. And just very still. And in comes Padme in this beautiful blue nightgown. Just comes in and she said, "Can't you sleep either, Threepio?" "Oh, I don't sleep. I occasionally switch off for a while." "Are you happy here, Threepio?" "Well, I'm not unhappy. Everyone's very kind, but it's just being like this." "Like what, Threepio?" "Well, naked, if you'll pardon the expression." And he went on to explain, very gently, that many years ago, the little boy had had to go away before he could put the parts on Threepio, the coverings. And Threepio has been left for 18 years, naked. Threepio, program for protocol and etiquette, standing all his wires to see. Do you know how much that hurt him? Do you know how sad and embarrassed that made him all those years? Yes, it was tragic. And then Padme goes, "But wait a minute, there's a box of coverings right here." "Oh my, I never noticed. 18 years? In the same room? Are you kidding me, George? Really?" Joking. Again. And at the end of the scene, Padme lifted up the chest piece and put it on the puppet towards me. Actually, by this point, I wasn't wearing anything. I'll rephrase that. These are rumors. Me and Natalie naked is not truth, right? It never happened. This is how rumors start. Natalie Portman picked up the chess piece and pushed it towards me. Cut. Then we go off and we do something else, and then we come back. And now Natalie has Threepio's face. And she is coming towards me, and I'm wearing the eyes. Don Bees had made a rig with eyes. And Natalie is coming towards me, lining up the fridge magnets that were round my head. Because suddenly it went... And suddenly Threepio was complete. My. And in comes Baru and all that kind of thing. And everyone was so happy for Threepio, because he was himself at last. And then George looked at the footage and went, "No, okay. We have to go off and kill sand people." "All of them?" "Yes, even the little ones." And do you know, it was one of the... And it was cut out for timing reasons. And so then I had to go back and redo everything that I'd already shot, wearing the brilliantly repainted gold suit, which was rusty. That was a paint job from Justin Dix. And we had to do everything again with me faking all the moves on green screen and so on. But I do regret it, because it was a wonderful insight into an element of Threepio's existence. And you know, sometimes these quieter moments in the films are just so lovely and very necessary in the bumpy ride of a space spectacular. But I miss that scene.
Yeah, it was beautifully described there as well. We have a very vivid picture of it now. Yeah. Now, as actors, as an actor myself, I know that things don't always go as planned.
Really?
Because that's why we have take 2, take 3, take 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not a live performance. What for you was your most embarrassing moment on set? Is there a big list?
Yes. There was a moment again in episode 2, I think. Which one was that? Or was it episode 3? I can't remember. Anyway, I was welcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi to the most beautiful set of Padme Amidala's kind of boudoir dressing room with big floaty curtains and all that kind of thing, little wind machines making the curtains riffle. And the set was very complicated floor design. It had wonderful curves on it. It was very, very elegant. And I had to welcome Obi-Wan Kenobi at a very, very serious time. I think the Jedi temple over there was smoking, it was on fire, destruction had happened. And Padme was distraught. Her husband gone to the dark side. Sorry, was that a spoiler? No, you all know. You're so innocent. And they're having a very serious discussion. And I remember the camera, I think was here, it was up there. And I had welcomed Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then I'm kind of getting out of the scene, and I have no idea. I'd forgotten to say, where is the edge of frame? As in, when don't you see me? So, to be sure, I kept going. And they're acting away, being very, very sad, very, very sad. And suddenly, one of the curvy bits of the flooring hit my foot, or vice versa, and I ended up like this.
Well, Anthony, we've actually got this clip that we can show you.
You have?
Oh, we have,
you
want to see it?
Wait. Okay, all right, you're so bad. You told me you destroyed the negatives. You told me. Okay, I'm guessing what you're about to see, but what I heard... by the way, I'm hanging out of a window about 40 feet up. And there are people running to rescue me. And I'm thinking, I'm doing like a major press-up to stop myself falling, you know. And there is a pause. And then I hear Ewan McGregor's voice going, "Are you all right, Anthony?" And I thought, how lovely that he cared. He was worried about me in the middle of this tragic scene. And I thought, there's a fellow actor really caring, and Natalie too. Until I saw, when I was in the dubbing theatre the next day, the footage they actually shot. Behold and be ashamed of my actors.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
There was a tragic scene the other day. Tragic. There is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Threepio is quietly trotting off in the distance. Now it's their close-up, and they're talking very seriously. And suddenly... I had fallen over the end of the little step in Padme's sitting room there and was now doing the most amazing press-up on the window not to dive over the entire ledge. So they are looking at Threepio's golden butt.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
That was brilliant. Now, Anthony, something that Star Wars has become very good at is merchandising, toys, all the things we as fans love to collect. Now, I like to do a little feature with my guests and remind them of some of the pieces of merchandise associated with their character. So let's take a look at a few of those now. Now, firstly, Anthony, do you yourself collect any 3PO merchandise?
I actually don't. Occasionally I'm given things, and I will tell you that if you came to my home, which isn't going to happen, not after today, joking, a while back, I think last year, I was doing an on-stage gig with the people who make Lego Star Wars movies and Lego cartoon films. Any good, Lego? And at the end of it, they suddenly came to me on stage and they gave me a Lego C-3PO. There's one in the world. It's a little block figure like that, and it has the black in the middle and the eyes. And it's not it's rather like the plane. It's not a facsimile of 3PO. It is the most beautiful sort of iteration, a piece of artwork, if you will, that actually, when I thought about it, because originally I was going, oh, no, I don't collect all this plastic crap. And then I looked at it and I just thought, that is so beautiful. And it's an homage to 3PO. And it sits there in our sitting room with a lot of antiques and stuff like that. Lovely. And I am very, very honored that it's there. And it's a beautiful memory of 3PO, if you will.
Super. Well, I've got a few more beautiful items here to show you. Let's see the first piece. And that lady over there.
Has anybody got a pair of these?
She needs a pair of those, doesn't she, over there?
You do, actually, yeah.
Okay, what's the next one? Look! 3PO Buddhas.
No,
who would have guessed?
Who knew?
I'm sure they're licensed.
Oh, yeah.
And the third thing, look at that.
Every time. Oh, that is so sad. Oh,
Can I just ask, Anthony, why does 3PO have that expression on his face? What's going on?
What's going to happen?
I thought it
if
might
that
be
roll goes too far, there's going to be trouble. That's what he's saying. Ow!
Could I trouble you a moment? I don't know about you guys, but would you like to see Anthony? Well, actually, I need a tape dispenser for my desk. And I've got the tape.
You have.
I just need a dispenser. Where am I going to find one?
Oh.
Come on.
No. Oh, all right.
I think it's strong enough.
Here we go. Where's dignity? Okay. Photo op moment. Help me, everyone. Where's dignity? That was a mean trick, and I will get you back.
Thank you for that. Just to remind you, that has now been streamed all over the world.
Thank you.
Now, Anthony, something else, before we finish, I just want to ask you about was C-3PO's red arm. Now, I'm intrigued by this red arm, and there's also this comic here, which is all about the red arm. And now, what's it all about? Because I've only looked at the pictures.
I'll explain how writing works later, actually.
Oh, okay.
I know, but it's interesting because you remember in Force Awakens, 3PO had a red arm, and heroes always, they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and everything. And in this case, it was about the red arm. So I'm going to read to you, if I may, if that's all right, because it's quite a serious little story about a hero who struggles against all sorts of things. A hero with a red arm. And it's a tragic tale of respect and Is that you? What? Warwick! Did you do this? How dare you? This is all about you. You keep turning it into the Warwick Davis show. Well, I was going to read you this now.
You said a hero with a red arm.
You took it literally. I was going to read it to you, but I'm
come on.
No.
Oh, come on. We want to hear it, don't we? Yes. Come on.
Do you really want to hear it?
Yes.
Do you really want to hear it? Behave.
Yeah, we'll start again. We'll pretend that never happened. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Well, it is a rather moving chapter in the saga. It's a tale of terror and destruction. of honor and respect, of heroism and self-sacrifice. It is the story of the Phantom Limb. C-3PO and several other resistance droids crash land on an unknown and inhospitable planet. Each droid has its own particular skill and personality. PZ-99 security, VL-44 security, 2Med-2 medical, C-034 construction, C-3PO an elegant and highly intelligent droid programmed for protocol and etiquette who combines high-level social and intellectual abilities with a deep sensitivity rarely seen in a droid before. And with them, another robot, an enemy machine called Omri, a captured first-order droid whose memory banks hold information vital to the well-being of Admiral Akbar. Whichever side they're on, now they must all work as a team to find a homing beacon that will help them escape this dreadful place. They face many torments on the way, but gradually Threepio and Omri begin to bond as the prisoner muses on the inherent near-humanity of droids programmed by humans, and of the inner feelings of sentient robots like themselves. The two metallic beings share memories of past experiences and possible allegiances. Memories confused by enforced mind wipes. Memories of memories that remain like phantom limbs inside their memory banks. The planet is rife with dangers, and Threepio barely survives a gruesome attack from a ravenous alien monster, though horribly he loses his arm. But he bravely manages to struggle on as one by one his comrade droids meet their own particular fates. Finally, Threepio and Omri are left alone when they come to question their very existence as mere disposable machines. The bond between them strengthens as old allegiances morph into true friendship. The bond that will soon cause Omri to sacrifice himself for his companion. Overriding his first order programming, he heroically steps out in the acid rain that now threatens him and his new friend. As he resets the beacon that will bring rescue to Threepio and save Akbar, the acid cruelly eats into his metal coverings, revealing the primer coat beneath. It is red. Omri is mildly surprised at this discovery as he rapidly melts onto the planet's surface. He has no memory of red. Soon, he will have no memory at all. As a resistance ship arrives to rescue the now subdued and silent C-3PO, he retrieves the last vestige of his friend. It is Omri's arm, his red arm. Threepio thoughtfully attaches it to his own limbless shoulder. I will keep it for a while, to remember, but I shall never forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Anthony Daniels. Thank you.
I want to take this opportunity, as people say, to, on the 40th, the first day we were here, the 40th anniversary, so many of us on the cast there on the stage talked about the importance of what you have brought to this whole thing, all you fans, We would have only made one episode. It would have been the original Star Wars. But it was you and your family and now your extended families who just made Star Wars the phenomenon it's become. And it's a two-way thing. We work hard on the set to make the magic happen with all the crew and the cast. And boy, do you work hard to give us your love and affection. And without you, there's no point. Thank you.
Thank you.
That was really nice.
Anthony Daniels, everyone. Come on. What a terrific show. Don't forget, coming up later on this stage, we have the cosplay competition, and tonight at 7, Carl Newman's radio play, Smuggler's Revenge. Have a great celebration, and may the Force be with you.